The Battle of Kursk was the largest tank battle in history, and it was also one of the bloodiest. Over 2 million soldiers from both sides fought in the battle, and over 800,000 soldiers were killed. The battle was a turning point in World War II, but it came at a terrible cost. In the summer of 1943, the German army launched a massive offensive against the Soviet Union in the Kursk salient. The Germans hoped to break through the Soviet lines and encircle and destroy a large Soviet force. However, the Soviets were prepared for the attack, and they had built a deep and formidable line of defenses. The battle raged for over 2 weeks, and it was one of the most brutal tank battles in history. Both sides suffered heavy casualties, but the Soviets ultimately prevailed. The Battle of Kursk was a turning point in World War II, and it marked the beginning of the end of German hopes for victory. The following is a specific story about one of the many soldiers who fought and died in the Battle of Kursk. Ivan Petrov was a young Soviet soldier who had been fighting in the war for over 2 years. He was a brave and skilled soldier, and he had survived many battles. However, the Battle of Kursk was different. The German attack was so fierce that it seemed like they would never be stopped. Ivan's unit was ordered to defend a small village in the Kursk salient. The village was heavily fortified, but the Germans were determined to take it. They attacked day and night, and Ivan and his fellow soldiers fought back with all their might. On the third day of the battle, the Germans launched a particularly heavy attack. Ivan and his unit were overwhelmed, and they were forced to retreat. Ivan was wounded in the leg, but he managed to escape. Ivan wandered through the battlefield for days, trying to find his way back to his own lines. He was weak and hungry, and his wound was infected. He saw the horrors of war firsthand. He saw dead and wounded soldiers lying everywhere. He saw villages burned to the ground. He saw civilians fleeing in terror. Finally, Ivan was found by a Soviet patrol. He was taken to a field hospital, where his wound was treated. However, the infection had spread, and Ivan's condition worsened. He died a few days later. Ivan Petrov was just one of the many soldiers who lost their lives in the Battle of Kursk. His story is a reminder of the sacrifices that were made to achieve victory. It is also a reminder of the human cost of war. The Battle of Kursk was a victory for the Soviet Union, but it came at a terrible cost. Over 800,000 soldiers were killed on both sides. The battle was a turning point in World War II, but it was also a tragedy.